look at the Five Nights at Freddy's Wikipedia page reveals that the series has been around since 2014. But if the VR entry Help Wanted is the first time you've heard about the game, I wouldn't be totally surprised, because although I was aware of the PC and mobile iterations tangentially, I never really played them, despite my deep love for anything and everything horror. They're too easy to inaccurately dismiss as kids games or games that are solely reliant on jump scares for their enjoyment. But after spending upwards of 10 hours inside a PlayStation VR headset with giant killer animatronics, I can definitely tell you that neither of these things are true. The core premise of Five Nights at Freddy's is somehow simple and ridiculously awesome at the same time. You've been hired as the nighttime security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a Chuck E. Cheese knockoff with an ever-increasingly bad reputation, fueled by some of the best urban legends ever told. See, as it turns out, after midnight the animatronic bear, rabbit, chicken, and fox come to life and wander the halls, and their intentions are anything but pure. In fact, if they find you, you're dead. So the goal for each of the minigames is to survive from midnight until 6 a.m., keeping an eye on the security cameras and only using the lights and closing the doors to the office when absolutely necessary to conserve the ever-dwindling power supply. It's about as nerve-wracking as any game has ever been, and to make matters worse, Help Wanted basically tells you nothing to prepare you for each of its games. Instead, it's up to you to pay attention as to how things work and burn through a lot of trial and error, which also means dying frequently at the hand of heart attack-inducing jump scare death screens. But there's so much more here than the core Five Nights formula. There's a ton of mini-games, most of which will be familiar to fans of the series, each one playing on your fear of screwing up and getting killed, as you slowly discover the rules of each game on your own. Some of them are fairly easy and will only take a few attempts to master, like the animatronic maintenance that puts you face to face with your predators, or even the ventilation repairs that'll make your heart race as you try to solve what would normally be simple puzzles. But some of them are simply insane, like trying to track down killer plushies in a dark room filled with toys, with only a dying flashlight at your disposal. If getting killed and being assaulted by jump scares over and over in VR sounds frustrating, it is. But there's such an addictive quality to these games that'll keep you coming back, make you want to succeed, learn the patterns, and unlock more and more challenges as you slowly chip away at each game. It helps that the dark, gritty graphics are oozing with atmosphere, but the mood is really set by the audio cues and ambient noises. Wearing headphones made me question every subtle sound in the dark, and had me straining my ears listening for footsteps or any clues that a game over screen might be imminent. The dual move controls generally work really well, although I was killed more than once by Foxy when the game didn't realize I was trying desperately to close the door. This problem strangely gets alleviated by using the DualShock 4, because although it has a limited range when it comes to tracking, it enables quick turning with the D-pad and maps the doors and lights to the triggers, actually reducing the amount of reaction time needed in high pressure situations. From collectible coins, tapes, and prizes to unlockable harder difficulties and hidden secrets, there's way more to this collection of minigames than meets the eye. Five Nights at Freddy's was a phenomenon long before it ever came to VR, but this entry into the ever-popular series introduces it to a whole new audience and adds a level of tension and horror that could never be realized on a flat screen. Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted is bound to drive you insane until you figure out how it works, but if you're like me, you'll be having way too much fun in the process to care.